It is actually Wednesday, my least favorite time of the week, which is a week that I go into my least favorite office. And cherry on top, it is raining today. It's supposed to be raining hard this whole morning, which mostly sucks because that means that I have to take Becky out in this rain and she's gonna get wet. I have no option. Usually I try to wait out until like the rain kind of dies down, but I can't wait because the rain isn't dying out anytime soon, according to the forecast, which I don't know if I should trust. Today I gotta go into the office. I am not looking forward to it because the T train, which is what I have to take, is usually not very reliable during rainy season. I'm hoping it's not super stormy because that just means I won't get home until like an hour. Like it would take me 2 hours to get home essentially. It's happened before, unfortunately, but I can't call out because nobody else is going into the office. And my office has a policy where it has to be a certain amount of people and everybody else is not going to be there. So I got to be the person to go in. We'll see how it goes. If it is really bad, like if it's just too hard for me to commute back, I'm just going to let them know that with the rainy season, like I'm going to use my whatever percentage work from home policy we have and just work from home because getting out to Bayview is like too hard already. But when you add rain to it, like it gets insane. Like I said, one year I was stuck there for 2 hours. It was pouring hard, like really, really hard. And I would see constant trains passing, going the opposite direction, but none were going towards my direction. And there was no other way out of that area because like there was flooding. So I was like, the buses aren't the greatest idea. And then obviously Uber and Lyft prices go up. And I was like, why do I have to Uber or Lyft home when there's public? Anyways, probably my own stubbornness of like, I'm not going to pay a whole bunch of money to get myself from here to back home. But maybe that's just my millennial mindset. Anyways, Chewy's here waiting for me to take her out. I also unplugged my computer from the desk because unfortunately for me, I'm worried that my window will leak. And last year when it leaked, it took me a long time to figure out it had leaked. I thought my dog had peed because I was changing the covers of my bed and I dropped the bedding, and when I picked it up it was wet and I was like, what? Like she never has accidents. Turns out that the window was leaking, and right below the window there's an outlet. So now every time we have rain like this, I'm like, fingers crossed nothing happens to the outlet, but I always unplug appliances because I'm like, maybe they'll trigger some sort of short circuit or something. They did a whole bunch of stuff last year, but they didn't solve the issue with the window, which honestly, me personally, I'm not a professional, but like I'm an observant person, and I'm pretty sure the issue is with the window itself. In the words of my coworker, because last time I was like, yeah, it's cold in my building because I was wearing my fussy green sweater, and she was like, I bet you're just sitting there, rent control, rent control, rent control. And that's how I sit in here, being like, this is rent control, it'll be fine. So I just got back from walking Becky, and by walking I mean taking her out for a short break to the potty. I'm not trying to figure out what shoes to wear. It is actually pouring outside right now. And I do not have any sort of like waterproof shoes. I think I got a little bit of water in my socks because of the Crocs. And I'm just concerned about my commute. Also, it's raining so hard. Usually Becky does not say no to a potty break outside, but today was the biggest nope of her life. Like, she went out there was like a large puddle because I think our drain is clogged, and then when she got outside, like she did her business while I was holding the umbrella. She ran under the tree and she just stood there like cause like I don't know, like you can tell her face was like reconsidering life, and then she like was like, nope. And she like bolted back. So I had to like walk after her. And again, like when she saw the puddle, she was like, do I go through the puddle? Like, she was so confused. But I was like, you gotta go through the puddle because there's like no way around this puddle. Like, not even I can save you from the puddle. Like, you probably have a higher chance of like running through than I do. Which is true. She did a really good job. She's like actually not super wet. It's just her paws, but now she's just sitting there depressed because she knows I gotta leave. And she knows she didn't get the walk that she wanted because it's pouring outside. Hello, I just got back from work. I'm gonna turn on the Christmas lights because I haven't done that in a while. This year, I don't know what it is. I feel like I haven't spent much time in the living room, and therefore I haven't spent much time with the Christmas tree. While my Christmas tree causes me a lot of headaches, there's a lot of love here. And boom. All right, and the lights are off. I don't know why I haven't spent more time here. Like, look at how beautiful. I love the lighting from like Christmas time. I like even thought about buying a lamp instead, just to give it this kind of like vibe for when I just want coziness, warm lighting. Anywho, I had a long day. For whatever reason, it just kind of was like a tumbleweed of just untimeliness. I was like preparing to interview. I had kind of forgotten about it, but then, and then I was doing work as well. But then I got an email about submitting a peer evaluation because my coworker is applying for technically a promotion. So they usually like within the org, they like look out for peer evals. And so I submitted mine. It's due in January, but I was like, I'm gonna forget. Like I'm having PTO next week. And so by the time I get back, I'll totally forget that I even have that due. So I submitted that. And then I forgot about the interview, so I was like I didn't even submit it. I was like not even done with it before I jumped into the interview. She was running behind, so I took the opportunity to like prepare by like writing down what the questions I had to ask and all that stuff. She was very talkative, so I went overtime into my lunch hour. So then like by the time I finished, I had like 30 minutes to eat, but I didn't take any lunch, and the food in the location that I'm at is, in my opinion, for me personally, very overpriced, and the quality is superb. Like, not superb. The quality is not great. Like, the quality does not match the cost of what you're paying. So I'm like, I'd rather pay $9 by myself, a cup noodles, a soda, some chips, and like a little baked good for $9 versus paying $20 for food that I'm not gonna even like. That's my rant on horrible food in that neighborhood. I was like, okay, so I had Craisins for lunch because right at 1 o'clock I had my team meeting, and then at 2:30 I had a meeting with a potential client. So I was like, from 1 to 2 I'm gonna be in this meeting, and then I'll have another 30 minutes. I just eat the Craisins Turns out my team meeting wasn't that long, which I should expect, because honestly, I mean, one person's on their way out. It's the holidays. I think, at least for me, I'm still not fully back from everything that happened a few months ago. Like, I'm still haven't fully processed, and the word is not getting over, but the word is like, I guess, processed and moved forward after processing what happened. I haven't done that yet. I'm not like the most I'm not at like what I used to be a couple months ago, which was like optimistic, and maybe not optimistic, but like I was more willing to try to be optimistic. And now I'm like, I'm just here rolling with the punches until the new year. I ended up staying until late because my coworker asked me if I could grab a check and then take it to the office that I'm going to tomorrow, leave it there, and then they would pick it up like on Friday or whatever. And so I was like, okay. But then the person who had the check was in a meeting, so I had to wait. And then it turns out I could have asked the other person because they also had access to it. And I was like, well, I just didn't want to, I didn't know. So then I got my check. And the good thing about coming in late is that there wasn't that many people on the train, which could either be because I was late or because there's not that many people currently doing stuff. Now I gotta take Becky Roo out for a potty break. So we are in the kitchen per usual, except I have a higher tripod, but it's not high enough, surprisingly. Yeah, I just opened, my friend got me a little shot glass from Japan, and I just realized I recognize one character, which is this one right here, the third character, which in Mandarin is Shan. The pinyin pronunciation is probably wrong, but it's Shan, which means mountain. And that's all I know, because I think in Mandarin, San Francisco is Jiao Jin Shan, which is gold something mountain. Jiao Jin Shan. I also am currently unpacking. My friend and I got cookies at the Wonderland Walk. I don't know what they called it, but it's a Christmas thing here in SF. And we got a few cookies, which I feel really dumb. I was supposed to take these, specifically this one, to work because I have a few vegan co-workers that was like, they can fight for one cookie. But like this one, I'm gonna try it. There's other flavors. The lady at the event was really nice, and she gave us like, because it was like buy one of the big boxes, which me and my friend were like, we can buy one and then you get one of these ones for free. And we're like, okay, we can like split the cookies because we don't each need like a big ass box of cookies. And that's what we did. And the lady ended up throwing one extra one of these. So mine has, oh, Mexican lava chocolate chip, lemon turmeric poppy seed, which is not my favorite. Let me see. It doesn't say whether it's vegan. No, this one's not vegan. And then orange cinnamon morning. Oh, that also sounds really good. Maybe I'm keeping more cookies than I thought. I have to figure out which cookies I really don't care. Like, not that I don't care, but are in the flavors that I like. I'm not a big fan of lemony stuff. I guess I like a certain level of lemon, but when it's too much lemon, it's like a no for me. But I love chocolate. Well, not love is a hard word. I like chocolate, mostly dark chocolate. I like cookies and cream. Oh, and I like cinnamon. So we're probably gonna keep those. And then I brought back, I need to put this away, my trusted Shrek hat. We're gonna put these away and continue cleaning up at least the kitchen. Becky is also staging a protest in the front of, like by the front of my door for food. Her bowl is still full. So the policy in this household is if she doesn't eat her food, I don't fill it up with food because it's just her throwing a tantrum. Like she'll eventually eat it. She's done it before, like where she waits until I get here to see like kind of if I'm gonna do anything about her bowl, and then when I don't do anything about her bowl, she's like, ah, right, and she eats it. So we're just gonna wait for that to happen.